The boys in the booth.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ear Burners podcast. It's me here, Trevor, with my best pal, the whole wide world, Brock.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's actually 7:58 in the afternoon.
Well, some of us just woke up.
So whatever your morning is, I talk a bit about that in my groups I run. It's just like, well, whatever morning is to you. Some people work different shifts. You're
so
the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning. I'm so what?
accommodating.
Accommodating to what?
You're thoughtful.
I know that.
Yeah.
I'm also Why you ask? Why you say that? Why am I accommodating?
Because that was nice
To you?
No, it's nice to them that you're willing to, not accept the universal
Morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people wake up, like the normal part of their day is to wake up like, I don't know, the time that we'd usually be like sleeping. So like during the daytime, like they're like nocturnal, dude.
Yeah.
They're
like most of
they're
society
like real
doesn't
life
care
Morbiuses, bruh. I haven't seen that.
I don't know what that
movie.
is.
It's the new Jared Leto movie.
I don't know who that is.
You know who Jared Leto is?
I don't. That was Jeremy Renner.
And
that is a much superior actor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that true?
No.
Probably not.
No, whatever your morning is. In my groups, we talk about eye openers. So what is an eye opener in the world of addictions?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask what mine are.
No, an eye opener, like when I ask that, it's like not something that really like opens your eyes to something. Cause like when you hear eye opener, you're like, oh wow, man, you just gave me a whole different fucking worldview, bruh. I'm never gonna look at that thing the same way ever
shower
again,
thoughts.
bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a shower thought or some shit. Usually my shower thoughts include like, fighting people away from my wife and me being like, that's my wife. What are you doing, bruh?
Is your shower thoughts?
Yeah, get away from my wife. Or like maybe
what?
People like trying to like what? No, you never think of yourself as being the hero. Like if you ever sat in a classroom, you're like, if a school shooter like broke into here, like what would I do to fuck him up?
No, I'm like, how am I getting out of here? Who can I push over on my way to the exit?
The easiest shield here yet. How many? Do you think this textbook can stop a bullet?
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I have thought of that back when I was young and naive and thought I could hurt people.
Yeah. So an eye opener, like that's not like in the world of addictions. An eye opener is like, what is the first thing you need? Okay, Mr. Model over there, man, you do look sexy as fuck.
I feel sexy.
You should feel sexy. But an eye opener in the world of addictions is the first thing you need in the morning or whatever your morning is to open your eyes. So
I bet you get some good answers.
Yeah, like, well, you hear all the time, like wake and bake is a pretty common one.
Wake and wank.
Wake, wank. Yeah, get that dopamine rush first thing in the morning. Yep.
I don't know. You just kind of pass out after. It's like eating a cereal bar.
You just kind of
crash immediately after.
What are they putting in these cereal bars? They put
just like the sugar high, the wheat.
You got like Fruity Pebbles mixed with Benadryl or some shit? No. Like, what is it knocking you out?
That is Benadryl. Like, oh, wow. It's not like not going to knock you out, but you don't have any energy after that.
I
would know because I eat like fucking 10 a day.
Well, that's probably why you're sugar crashing.
Not all at once, though, but like.
That's probably a sugar crash you're having.
When I wake up, I am probably squirting a cat with with water.
How far are you squirting?
No, I have the squirt bottle. Yeah, I actually wasn't being dirty. I have the squirt bottle, and I'm usually blasting the cat because it's because he's like pawing at the door or something. And my door's a slider door, so if I just like aim it just correctly, I can like shoot through the door and get him while he's like, let me in, you fucker.
So you're squirting and blasting the cat. That's what I took.
And I get up and I feed the cat or I have a wee. But I don't know. I don't know. My days are all fucked up. Like sometimes I shower, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I eat. Sometimes I usually get my cup of coffee. That's like my day starter.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Your cup of coffee. That's your eye opener. That's my eye opener too. Is I need a cup of coffee.
Eye opener.
I need a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Don't do that voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I won't either, I promise.
But yeah, whatever your morning is, that's in the context in which I would tell them that. It's just like an eye opener is the first thing, and whatever your morning is, that you need to get it going, whether that's a shot of hard liquor, a shot of some other substance to get you going, so you're not going through the withdrawals and the tremors and the sickness. Like some people, it's like people, talk about addiction, right? It's not a place that people want to be in. Like it's just like, well, they just want to keep using. It's like, no, a lot of times people are using because they don't want to feel like shit, right? So they got to wake up in the morning, and that's the first thing they got to do to feel normal, get going with their day.
How did we get here?
That's an eye opener because you said good morning, and it is actually 7. Oh, actually, now it is 8:04.
Oh,
but at the time it was 7:58.
We're the worst.
No, we're not. There's plenty of worse people out there.
Oh yeah, but like
Vladimir fucking Putin.
Like the fact, I mean, obviously, but like,
the
fact that
Kim Jong-un.
It's so easy for us to get down a rabbit hole.
I like our rabbit holes.
I do too. I
like blasting cats and rabbit holes and squirting with you.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
But yeah.
I have fun with you, Brock. I enjoy our conversations, and I don't care how they kind of meander and go over the place. I think it's just both of our ADHD just kind of like Dragon Ball Z, like how they shoot like fireballs at each other, like the Kamehameha.
Yeah, like Hadouken.
It's my ADHD being blasted into your ADHD to just make a
big pile of squirt.
ADHD bomb. Just a big old pile of squirt.
Yeah.
So put on your goggles,
little
everybody.
squirt.
Might get some in your eye.
Daddy needs his juice.
Daddy needs his juice.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So this is the Ear Beerners podcast, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying. We have fun here. So Brock has been nice enough to kind of hang out with me. I was starting to get.
It's been a chore.
Yeah, it's been trying to get caught up on editing some videos. So hopefully by the time you hear this, all the other stuff will be up. So I edited one video. It just needs to render, and it was going to take forever long to do that. So I got to wait on that. We were going to do that before this, but we're like, shit, that'll take a long time. And Brock's got shit to do. Much better things to do than hang out with me. So that's not a stab at you. I totally get it.
Oh. No, I thought that was a stab at you.
Oh. Okay.
Self-deprecating. No, you're great.
Oh, thank you.
Shut up.
Okay. So, another announcement before we jump into the music, because we're not going to like meander over the internet like we usually do, because we do want to talk about the music today. Just some updates coming up. Not that anybody really gives a fuck. If you do, awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I give a fuck.
Yeah, me either. But as we get closer to May, we're in the baby danger zone, me and my wife, Jordan. If you haven't met Jordan, well, yeah, kind of you too. But
I'm in this.
You're in this together with us. But Jordan, she helped with me when Brock was gone to Memphis.
Other way.
When Brock was in Memphis, Jordan was here, and she helped me, and she picked Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen. I highly recommend that episode. It's really great. But she is due with our daughter like anytime in May. Like we went in to see the doctor yesterday for an ultrasound, and like we've been like going like, okay, we got the 40-week mark. And our doctor was just like, you guys really should be thinking more like 37 is possible to have this baby. You guys are pretty dead set on this specific timeline, and I wouldn't do that. So it's becoming more real. So Brock is going to be gone the week of our baby danger zone, which is the 13th through 18th, you said?
Yeah.
So we might not have an episode that week. So that's fine.
Or I do it on the 12th.
You know? Or we'll figure it out. We haven't really just been able to sit down. We just kind of discussed this earlier today. So we will figure this out and then get back together and then figure out our game plan. But if we have to take a week off, we have to. We've only done it once so far since we started this. It might feel like we've taken a lot more to you guys just because of how shitty I am at uploading these things. But we do record every week. And we've actually kept a pretty good schedule of it. So
we're faithful men.
We are faithful men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good, faithful men. Brothers in Christ.
My brother in Christ.
Yes.
Love this new meme.
I love it too. I love this new meme format.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if everyone gets it yet, because
it's pretty new. Pretty fresh.
I feel like sometimes they're like, "Oh, you're very pious." Like, yeah,
Your piety is strong.
P.
Me
Just talked about squirting and
and Jordan were watching the new episode of SNL. I believe it launched last weekend.
I'm sorry.
Well, we watch SNL together. We think some of
it's still good.
Some of it's okay. Some of it's pretty funny. We laugh. But their musical guest was interesting because they just kept saying Pushin' P over and over again. It was like a rap duo. And I didn't understand what they were saying. Pushin' P. Does that make sense to you? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, like if you have to pee and it doesn't want to come out.
And you're just really pushing, you're squeezing your lower abdomen. Sometimes your neck muscles.
Was it Push a T by chance?
They had the letter P on the stage.
Pushin' P.
Pushin' P.
Maybe it's a
Percocet?
Maybe they're moving product. Everyone's a business person these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the Percocet. Molly Percocet. That's like the new, what was the old Percocet?
What was the old Percocet?
Like whatever people like threw in their
codeine?
songs maybe it was codeine.
Oxycontin. There's a whole song called Oxycontin.
Yeah, that's kind of a redneck drug too.
What is?
Oxycontin.
I mean, it was
You'll
just
get some oxy.
Well, it's
Russ Cole.
It's the opiate epidemic. Like people are prescribing these opiates, and then they just take these people off of these opiates, and they're like, well, I still need them because I'm craving them and I'm addicted to them and I'm sick. So that's when they go to the streets, and that's how they get started with heroin. And the heroin nowadays is just pretty much just fucking fentanyl. Yeah, it's really dangerous. Fentanyl is almost in everything. PSA on Narcan, even if you're not an opiate user, it's good to have Narcan just because you might know somebody who might need it. You'll never Narcan yourself. So PSA, if you need Narcan, you can actually ask your pharmacist for it, and you should be able to get Narcan. Or your local health, whatever area. So health department. Get Narcan. It's not a bad idea. I carry, in my job, I carry a Narcan on my lanyard everywhere I go. So it's a good idea. Have Narcan.
Pushin' P.
Pushin' P. Let me see if I can find it.
Who was the guest?
I think the guest was
Pushin' P.
SNL.
Camila Cabello.
It was this guy here, but I can't remember who the musical guest was. Oh, it was Gunna.
Oh.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I think he sucks.
He wasn't good.
Yeah,
I was really upset.
I don't think he's a good. Yeah, I feel like
Pushin' P. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I think I tried to listen to something by him.
Yeah, I was right. He was saying Pushin' P.
It was just so boring.
I don't understand this. What the fuck does this mean?
It's probably Percocets.
Pushin' P. And their live performance was so dull and bad. Like, it was not fun.
They got copyright for SNL.
I mean, whatever. Fuck them. Probably.
Okay.
This is fair use. This is a reaction.
We are reacting to Gunna.
Yeah,
He's gonna push your P.
He's gonna push your P. Yeah, pushing P. Turn me up. Turn me up. P.
Wait, there are two Gunnas?
Yeah, I guess. So bad. What did he just say? Got a spot across the spot. Exotic peas. She not a lesbian for P. I think they're talking about penis, dude. I think they're talking about pushing penis.
Don't push my penis.
Don't push my penis, bro.
She not a lesbian for a piece. She's turned lesbian.
and there are people that are like,
oh, that line.
There are people that like support like they think that Gunna is like changing the game.
This is the first I've ever heard of Gunna. I don't know who
I saw like a Fantano review and it was not very good. And then I went and tried to listen to it, and
I like what he's wearing. It looks comfy.
A thespian. But there are people who are mad. They're like, you fucking didn't understand it.
Is it P, presidents? Is it pushing money? Like pushing presidents? Is that what it is?
I think you're too old.
Mopping down a P. She let me squeeze. Then she leaves, see? Because she keep it P.
She leaves, see?
Oh my God. What? happening?
I like these guys.
Is it pussy? What is it?
Maybe it's everything. Maybe they're big braining us right now.
It's just big brain. We got a P on the stage.
You know, I'm not gonna be that boomer or someone who's like, this is all music is terrible. Like, I love that those people are watching these guys. And they're like, I love that they're probably pissed off. Like, I kind of want to go on Facebook and see the comments on this.
Yeah,
I want to see these angry managerial. I want to see manager haircut people who were like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah. Papa P. I'm wondering if
this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. This is so bad. I do like his outfit. It looks very cozy.
I would listen to this over Drake though.
You would listen to this over Drake?
Yeah, it's at least funny.
Yeah. The Pesbian.
It's just, you know, we had Future, we had Migos.
Yeah.
And then I mean, what are these guys doing different? So I mean the whole like their fandom who like thinks that they're I don't know, changing the game. I think you didn't do your homework.
What pushing P means and why suddenly everyone on the internet is using it. That's new to me. This is the first time I've ever fucking heard it.
Well, yeah, because you're fucking old.
The blue parking lot sign emoji has received tons of run on social media recently because of the new viral phrase "pushing P." I've never seen this. Yeah, it's
pushing P.
Because we're old.
Pushing P.
Agatha, what are you doing? What are you doing, Aggie? It's time for. Don't worry if you're out of touch with pop culture lingo. Here's a quick translation of the phrase. Pushin' P is a term that originated from Atlanta rapper Gunna, one of the biggest stars in hip hop, who released his newest album, Diaz Forever. What? Dis Forever?
Sure.
The P in Pushin' P essentially means player, as in keeping it real.
That's the new based.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not sure if I use based right either, and that's been around a while.
During an interview with The Breakfast Club, it's primarily used in a positive way. If you wake up at a beach view, that's P, bruh. Bruh, that's P. If you spend thousands on a Rolex watch, that's P. If you do something bad or stupid, though, that's not P. That is the stupidest. This is probably the old millennial in me.
No, we're gonna be saying this. You know why?
I don't get it.
You and I always say things that are ironic, and then it's funny, and then eventually it just becomes something we say.
Yeah, you're right.
All the time.
Like, what are some examples of that? Because I know me and you have done that, like where it started off as a joke, and then we actually start saying the thing.
Like finna,
yeah,
no cap.
No, I don't say no cap.
Oh, I do.
I know you're more in tune with the youth lingo than I am.
Yeah, like hey, get the fuck out of here. Pog.
Aggie.
Fucking biting the cable.
She's messing with the camera.
Yeah, come on.
Agatha, what are you doing?
This is a glass cleaner. Can't do that.
What are you doing, little baby?
Called the
Stinky Kitty.
ASPCA. I don't know. Pushing P. Yeah, because that song is fucking funny. So, I mean, I don't doubt that after enough time, us late adopters.
Right. I don't know. Pushing player? I don't understand that. I don't.
Well, like things always start off.
P. He said pop a P.
Things
pop a player?
Things always start off stupid and then they just change all meaning as time goes on and then it becomes like something totally different.
Yep. Show the whole audience
like
your butthole.
The word stan.
Stan.
Yeah.
Man,
see, stan's
son,
just different.
That
now.
ain't mad. How are you going to call yourself a gun and have a fucking man bun? All right, let's go ahead and get into the music, guys. Anyways, this is the Earburners podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Sacramental Death Qualia by band Haunter.
You said that's so pure. The Sacramental Death Qualia. Sacramental Death Qualia.
I just said Sacramento.
Wow, dude. I went out to Santa Monica.
Oh, bro, dude.
And I drove in my Monaco with my friend Monaco. Monica.
Bro, that's so crazy, bro, because I went to Santa Monica with my bro Maurice, bro. Just gonna leave me hanging. You're not gonna add to that. You're gonna keep the vibe going, bro.
Vibes off.
Okay.
That's another vibe.
What?
I vibe is still kind of stupid. Like when people are like, good vibes only.
Oh yeah, I say vibe all the time.
I'm like,
You're
when the
right.
vibe's off, the vibe's off, you know. I
Vibe.
say that, but like I don't say good vibes. I only hang out with people with good vibes.
I say vibe a lot. I say
know-
like that's the vibe.
Yeah, but
That's
whoever the
vibe.
fuck says good vibes only is probably the most toxic person you'll meet.
Good vibes only.
Like,
I never say that. I just say
I
like, well,
don't-
that's the vibe I'm getting.
I
That's
don't
kind of
fuck
what I
with-
say.
I don't want any toxic energy.
Yeah, but usually they're the ones who bring the toxic energy.
They post a lot of
Yeah.
those quotes
Yeah.
with the sunset backgrounds and it's like,
Right.
just cut people out who are toxic
We just call them choogs too.
or that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's timeless.
Okay.
Maybe the format they deliver it in
Right.
could be determined chuggy or not. Like if it's, I don't know, like the background's what matters. But I mean, there's some
Yeah.
people younger than me posting like all that positive energy, good vibes.
Only good vibes only.
Yeah. Which is, it's like the modern day equivalent to like a wood sign.
Or a modern day equivalent to like what is the keep calm signs that you always see.
Or
the
fucking,
keep calm and
and Star Wars.
yeah, something like that. Like you see, and I still see that
Yeah.
from time to time, and it's so old.
I don't even know why that came out. Like Push and P makes more sense.
Push and P makes more sense than keep calm and Star Wars.
Yeah. That's it needs to be a verb probably. But
Yeah, keep calm.
yeah,
and
like wood signs
prosper.
are
I
like
don't fucking know.
objectively nice and true things that
Push and
didn't
P
need to be
makes no
said.
sense. Push and P makes no sense. Push and P.
But that's how it's
It's
gonna
like-
be big. It's gonna be big.
Push
It's the
and
next
P.
it's the next thing. It's on SNL now.
Push and P is like, like when you're taking a shit and then you're like, I'm here.
I pee first.
I might as well pee.
Well,
while I'm at
unless
it. So you pee and then spin around, sit and shit, or do you shit and then pee? While
actually today I did.
because you're like, oh wow, I have to go.
Well,
So sometimes that happens when you're like,
if
when
you're
you're
pushing
peeing.
too hard, it hurts. Because if you're peeing,
Yeah. I know sometimes I've been there
'Cause it's-
where
I don't
you're
know.
peeing and you're like, oh, I only thought I had to pee when I came in here, and now I'm getting a bowel movement, and you're like, oh, actually, I had to hurry this up and then turn around real quick and sit down, like put the seat down and as fast as I can.
it's like it's because it's the same like part of like this. It's the same push.
Yeah, because you're flexing the abdomen kind of lower there. And it's
Yeah,
kinda
so
the
I'm not
same
sure
thing.
what I'm stimulating when I do that. So,
Yeah.
so that's why it happens both ways. But I
Yeah.
can't like hold the pee. So if I'm pushing hard and
Yeah.
so sometimes I do pee and then I sit down because for some reason standing's okay because I know I'm not gonna like trigger the hole.
Trigger the hole. Yeah, so if I'm shitting and I gotta pee, it's like, oh, okay, here it goes.
Not
It's
every
good. Just all down
Pee's a
one.
poop, pee-pee's a poo-poo, but every poo-poo's a pee-pee.
Oh man. Okay, let's get to the album. So today we're talking about Sacramental Death Qualia by band Haunter. This is the 2019 release. Brock chose this album last week in a continuation of our kind of like our modern we were talking about prog, progressive metal with Fate's Warning moving over to Between the Buried and Me, and now
Deep in.
Brock's choice of Haunter, which is kind of like just upping the ante ever so more. Not as far as technicality, I would say, but as maybe just raw metal sound.
Yeah.
Would you say that's fair?
Yeah. Because I think like
It's not as technical as Between the Buried and Me.
it like it is, but it's I think it's
Sludgier?
slower about it. Like it's not
Slower?
like they
More raw.
maybe I think like they spend more time on an idea or a
I agree.
motif and
Yeah.
but I think some like when they are technical and they pull that out,
Mm-hmm.
there are definitely peak moments that I really remember that I'm like, whoa, that's a fucking riff right there. Like, yeah. So like in some ways it has like some post metal energy with how sometimes the songs kind of evolve or there's a lot of examples that
Mhm.
like with the riffs and like the change ups and how the little maybe like fills they'll do with the guitar will end up being like a main melody in the next passage.
I really enjoy in this album, the kind of the slower moments are really pretty in this, and kind of like the interesting kind of more dissonant but kind of melodic takes they do in this. And you get
those
few
clean
of those,
channels are so nice.
They are
with the
nice.
guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The album art is really cool too. I think it's really cool. It's interesting. Whatever this beastly thing is. This must not be a very well known band. I'm looking at the plays here right now, and it's only got like with its most played song, which is the intro track. Excuse me. Ooh,
they're new-ish. I don't think this might not be their first album, but I think it's like the only one on streaming. But they're from Texas, actually.
From Texas. Wow.
Yeah. I guess they have had another album called Thrinodia.
Thrinodia.
Which I think is
Texas.
pretty black metal, where this is still black metal, but
it's very black metal, yes.
It's also kind of death metal too.
Yeah.
I mean, the vocals are like
these
so death metal.
These vocals are crazy.
They're insane.
They're insane. And I will say straight off the bat, as much as I like them, they're not my favorite vocals. They're really, I mean, yeah, he sounds like he's a fucking goblin orc type thing on this thing. He sounds like a monster.
I love them.
He sounds like he's straight out of like a villain out of like a old like a movie, like an old like a black and white film or something, or like a fucking old Disney villain. Like he sounds like what is the movie I'm thinking of? It'll come to me, but I can't. The Black Cauldron. Like think of like a villain from the Black Cauldron.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah, and it sounds like this vocalist.
Yeah, I love how he does different voices too. I mean, it's not always the same.
There is
cadence. And
there's one growl he does in this album that made me physically like almost gag a little bit because
it was gross.
It was a gross sounding.
Yeah, man. I love
it. Was gross. I think
is.
it was at the end of the Sacramental Death Qualia. The track Title 5. I listened to it and I was like, ew.
Well, sometimes he sounds like he's gonna like throw up.
It does. It was just like a snarl. It was literally.
I love that energy. That
it was literally a snarl. Let me see if I can find it. This track.
He's also playing a guitar while.
Oh, is he really?
I'm pretty sure.
Where is it? I can't remember where it was, but I remember listening to it and just being like, that was gross.
Did you get...
Oh, I don't know what timestamp it was. Oh, man. We'll have to find it, but it was gross. But I mean, it's good. And there's actually some parts in this album too where there's like brief seconds of like vocal harmonizing, which is strange. It's kind of a cool, kind of weird thing they do.
Yeah, when they actually sing.
Yeah. It's
so
interesting.
It's not like on this song.
It is on this song.
I can't recall another moment where... Like that? Like,
yeah,
I love when he goes high like
and
that.
then I like it when they layer them too. I know you're not a big fan of high and low layering, but they do it a lot on this. And it's pretty good.
It's really tasteful here because he's not
right here.
He's not up front in the mix.
Yeah,
like it's mostly in like new deathcore where like the vocals are just fucking right there and
right in your
you
face,
can't hear guitars, and it's because they muddy it up so bad with the layering.
Yeah.
This song alone is just like we're opening the pits of hell.
Yeah.
I love this riff right here.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes in.
It's more raw. It's a really kind of that gritty metal guitar sound in this album. It's not like the new fleshed out metal tone you get a lot.
I think it's
it was that one right there. That was it. That was the this right here. Prepare yourselves. I just played over it, but we're talking over it.
That
was it that one?
That's not that bad.
It might have had to have been that one, but I remember when I first listened into it, it kind of grossed me out a bit.
That's not the grossest thing he's done. Oh my god.
He's definitely got that like that deep like
I love any vocalist who has like this much variety of like different screams and growls and howls and shrieks.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, I want to know how his voice felt at the end of this.
Yeah, I actually like this. I didn't look up what these guys look like for this reason because I just the image I have of this person is
what is your image of him? Let's compare images.
I assume long black hair.
Yes,
like definitely.
And
probably
he windmills it. When
probably
he's
a belt with bullets. Like
spikes
it's a bullet
on his
belt.
shoulders.
Nah, I don't know.
Does he wear corpse paint? You think?
Probably not. They're from Texas. I hope not. It's a little campy.
Oh, so from Texas, I'm imagining black denim skinny jeans with studs.
He's never had a shirt with sleeves on it.
Never. It's black denim jeans with a black sleeveless t-shirt that's like frayed and tore the fuck up. He's either long black hair or bald.
I'm actually thinking of the guy from Blood Incantation right now.
I'm thinking bald. I think that's what he looks like. I'm thinking that he's bald. Maybe has some
Look them up, whatever.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
All right. Fucking go.
No, like I don't want to say this is like my favorite vocal style, but like I
know you like this.
I love when I like smile at a vocalist.
The first thing that came up was
that's
the fucking Pokemon.
That is
there
him.
He is. We were right. That's the vocalist.
No, like I don't know who my favorite screamer would be, but like
the fucking Pokemon. It's funny. Okay.
I don't know, maybe Michael from Opeth.
Wow.
I like
think
him.
You were close. Look at that.
Think it's him? Think that's the guy?
Well, I mean, take your pick. They all have long black hair.
Like even the guy in the back to the left. Wow.
Oh, that guy's bald. I guess we'd have to watch him live to find that out.
You gotta have a bald dude. Yeah, you can find it live.
Let me see.
You have to Hunter live.
Get a bunch of Pokemon Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Well, how do you evolve a Haunter? Do you have to trade it, or is that just the Gengar? Like, how do you get?
Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the 3 months.
Oh wow, that's cool. Is this right? This isn't the album that we reviewed. But
what is it?
This is just shitty footage.
Great camera. Who's it gonna be? Bass player's vocalist?
Possibly.
Possibly. If he is, he's not that menacing.
Oh, look at this logo. Yeah, it looks like what he'd spit up after.
Is that a Gibson SG? That is not what I expected.
Is that a fucking 8-string one? How many strings on this bit? It's only 6 strings. I was looking at
this isn't King Gizzard.
The gauges. Look at the gauge on the string. That's a thick fucking string, dude.
Yeah.
Is that just me?
Doesn't sound like they're that low tuned.
Listen. Dome. It sounds like it's pretty low.
It's pretty drop tune. I don't know. I'm not like a guy who thinks like thicker strings means heavier band.
Yeah.
It's like listen to Opeth. I mean, they're in the 90s and still sound pretty brutal. But I think they get the biggest comparison to this band.
Yeah, this guy playing an SG. This guy's got like lefty
bass.
Fender bass. Like you would have thought these guys were playing with like Ibanez or something.
Yeah,
like Schecter or something.
Fast forward. Man. Let's get to the.
Yeah, it is the bassist.
Is there another
3-piece?
Is there another guitar player? Well, what year is this from?
And it's crazy because wow, I'm interested. They'd be fun to see live. I think actually, I'd actually like to see them. This is from 2016.
Yeah, maybe find something newer if they have it. I think this came out like in 2019, so sometimes there wasn't a tour because of COVID.
This is 2019.
Hey, it's a fucking Jacob. Robert Pattinson's doing Batman, and you're doing Liberty Mutual. We are not the same. Fucking hell. Here for drummers, because only musicians would like this shit.
Okay.
Oh,
now we're dive bombing. Woo! We might have upgraded our equipment.
Sup, Mulatto?
Sup, Mulatto? Ranch up. And we got
so they must.
Fender Strat.
Oh yeah, they're a 4-piece now because there was 4 people in that image.
They're out here rocking this music with a Fender Strat, dude. That's
that
awesome.
just shows you don't need this like fucking metal guitars.
You don't. Well, look at Slipknot.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is actually the first song.
Yeah.
Wait, I saw. Who's doing new vocals? Are they both doing them?
It looks like it, yeah.
I never thought it sounded like 2 different people, but maybe it is. Pretty cool.
This is pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome that they play fucking Fender. It's fucking awesome. It's fuck so much. It's so fucking hard. Wait, and so that person... Wait, they're 2 lefties? Now the bass player's playing right-handed.
And an actual guitar. Looks like the person that was playing bass in the first episode is the
Playing
same
guitar
person.
now?
Now he's playing guitar. So they must have found an actual bassist to fill in, is what my guess is.
In my image, I imagine the hair to be very straight and stringy. This is kind of voluptuous and kind of some natural curl to it.
They look cool. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they're checking the boxes off.
I do like the intro track that they're playing. I believe that's the first. You said, I think that is the first track of the album, right? Because it is like immediately in your face, off the rails. Like it immediately starts heavy. Yeah. Yep.
I mean that vocal, it's just mixed so nicely. Like you don't lose the guitars ever.
No.
Like it's just it's there, but it's also like it's not boring. I mean, there's never been like there's so many like bands that have like guttural vocals that you just tune out after enough time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's making me want to throw up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I mean, there's a few bands that make me want to throw up here and there, but
yeah.
Well, a lot of them I'm like, okay, fucking cool.
But I do like this. I like how it does have different movements throughout it. It's like this kind of heavy, and then it does slow it down a bit. Again, like I was saying at the beginning of our discussion on this band, I really like the slower moments. I like their little jams and stuff that they get into. But no, I really like how this album just kind of takes off, just kind of off the rails. I agree with you. I think that the vocal is mixed really nicely. It's just kind of like this vocal style. Me and you are just kind of have our own different tastes. Like I listen to it, I like it. It's just not my favorite. Yeah, right. If that makes any sense.
No,
right?
I don't think it. I don't know if it's my favorite.
Right.
Either.
He does it good though.
And I just love that it's not the same thing over, throughout. Because it's just I love when the vocals float over what's going on.
Yeah.
And it makes the guitar parts stand out, and because that's what we're here for. I mean,
exactly.
As music listeners. I mean, some people probably do come in for the vocalist, but I feel like if you come into a metal album expecting like just to be blown away by someone growling, I don't know how often you'll be impressed.
Right.
Because I mean,
I usually I gravitate towards the riffs and sometimes the drums.
Yeah. And I think they self-recorded this. But when he goes high like that, like
he does a good job at it.
Because there's a lot of bands that like they just hang out in the low end, and it gets boring, and they're like, whoa, wow.
Yeah. They got a different range. He does a lot of interesting stuff, like you were saying. Like some of the shrieks he does, it reminds me a bit of Altar of Plagues.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
because I remember listening to Altar of Plagues. I can't remember the exact name of the album. It's
Teeth, Glory, and Injury. Yeah.
And that's like early in our episodes. That's like what, our third or fourth episode?
Yeah, second, I think.
Second. Yeah, you're right.
His vocals get wretched kind of similarly.
Very wretched, and do like kind of unorthodox, like things that you don't normally hear. And it's just kind of like whatever comes to mind.
Like where you're worried about their safety or their health. And you're like, just like when call somebody, but it's been like 8 years since this came out. I don't know if.
Yeah, because there was that line in Altar of Plagues when he was just like, I watched my son die.
Yeah.
And it's just like the shriek. Yeah, he
kind of does
loses
that
his
there.
fucking mind during that line. And you kind of get some of the similar stuff here where it's just kind of like, there's a lot of emotion backing it. It's it sounds very human, but also animalistic at the same time.
Well, yeah, like, I love Ulcerate, but like the vocals do not change throughout the music, no matter how technical, how fast, how slow. It is kind of what it is. I mean, every now and then we might hear a little more distortion on him, but like here, like it gets frenzied. So then he gets, higher screaming, shrieking when it's like more low end, and he's more. He does live in the gutturals more.
He does, yeah.
But yeah, this shit here, like,
I love these little noodly riffs.
I think this is where they get the most like Opeth comparisons.
Yeah, I like this. This is kind of what I was talking about, where it kind of takes
jazz.
It brings it back. And honestly, I think my favorite parts of this album is when it's not so frenzied and the vocalist isn't really over the top of it. I like it when it does moments like this.
There's plenty of it.
It's very melodic. I like the melodic moments of this album.
Yeah,
because it's not so intricate. Like I think that was my biggest thing. We were talking last week about obfuscation by Between the Buried and Me. Is like, there's a lot of shit going on, but it's so much that it's just muddied, right? And here
it's like, where do you grab? Where do you go?
Right. And here it's just a pretty kind of nice, you know what's going on, you can hear it.
And there's like these little piano plucks on top of it. This is great. This is fucking metal, man.
Suspense,
and then he goes after this.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, right?
So we're at like 6 minutes, almost at 7 minutes into Dispossessed Phrenic Antiquity.
Love these titles.
Yeah.
I need to have my phone in front of me so I actually can name the songs.
Yeah.
Any minute.
I do like this noodly guitar thing going on, though.
I mean, it's just on the right.
Yeah, just on the right.
Dissonance. It
is cool. Yeah, I love that. It sounds like you're narrating, like I was saying, a villain in like an old movie.
They have a new album coming out this year. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they do some technically complex stuff that's still kind of catchy at the same time. Like, my favorite track is Spoils Vultured Upon Soul Deletion.
Which is the next one.
Because of that fucking riff. You know the riff I'm talking about.
I think so.
It's like a minute and a half or 2 minutes in.
It starts so pretty, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think this is the best song off the album.
I like this one a lot,
I think it's got the most,
I like track 3 because it is the more subdued track.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just pretty throughout.
It's like it serves as a nice little break from the chaos.
I like, but it's a nice break.
Yeah. No, it's good.
I like...
it's a really accessible album, I think, for an extreme metal band.
Yeah. I do like this track, though. I skipped at the worst
possible time. It's very Opeth, like it's very My Arms Are Hearse.
Yeah. I could see it.
Reminds me of Demon of the Fall when it comes in.
Demon.
Because it's got that like that really dissonant like strumming and he comes in. Michael might be this riff.
Yeah.
Because and I love how it like it grooves, but then it doesn't. Then it blast beats while it's still doing. I love how the drummer like changes up, and they just kind of alter it slowly over time. Yeah, like it works for both because it's like a groovy little.
Yeah, it's noodly.
Fucking Gojira.
Yep.
Oh. Then they just hang out on that, like. And then we like go into this part here.
I love the dissonant notes they reach for in this because it is eerie. Yeah.
Like it's really thought provoking how they like transition from this. Now
Pretty
they go back
intro
to it
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, going back to that riff.
They go the dun 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 dun, but then they go back into this. But it's because it came out of that phrase from the dun 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 dun. And then we go into this like little flamenco picking and then it's got this little jazz. A little solo. Yeah.
Yeah, this part's cool. I have to agree with you. I do think that this track is my favorite on the album just because of
it's like the most fun, I think. It's got the most like
the movements that are in it.
Change ups. But every song is kind of different too.
Yeah.
And we go in this little doomy like
there's
so many different like subgenres they pull in. That's why it's hard to kind of classify it, but like
is it this track that has a weird kind of I think it might be this one or Subversion that has like the really weird ending.
What maybe
it slows down again.
Subversion has that it like the metal part at the end.
Oh, I forgot.
Turns into like a quiet part.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
And it fades out like a minute and a half out.
I'm thinking of Subversion. But this song, like, it starts pretty and it ends pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice little bookend. That's why I think it's like I don't know, like I don't know if this was like the single from it, but this would have had it. Like this sums up what you're kind of getting from this band.
Yeah.
But because it bookends nicely.
Yeah.
It is an interesting choice that I would have opened the album with this personally.
You would have switched this with the intro track?
Yeah, because like you have so much quiet and then you go into a quiet song.
Right.
Which is okay. I mean, it gives you a nice break, and that's such a pretty tone too. But like, but I get like, we want to hook them right away with Dispossessed, but I don't know. Like a traditional album probably would have started with this.
Yeah.
At least for like the sake of like the flow of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't hurt it.
And then Abdication, again, like we were saying, is like just a really nice middle track.
Yeah.
That is a nice bridge between the first two tracks and the last two tracks. It's just really pretty.
It's like a kind of like a lounge music tone.
Yeah.
But it's evil.
Yes. Rest here, we're traveling.
Which we love dissonance at the ear burners. If
we love
you can
dissonance.
Maintain that like the whole time. Like even like because it never loses it.
No.
It's always there. And it should lose it here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hate like comparing it to Opeth all the time because it's really different, but you can't help but like at least structurally how they do it.
Yeah,
I think they do some things better than Opeth. I think I like Michael's voice better.
Yeah,
even if he's not as diverse as the singer. I mean, it's just those gutturals like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got like a solo halfway through.
Yeah, this is such a subtle like.
Mm-hmm.
Song. I mean, if you pay attention to this, like you can also like kind of lose yourself in it and kind of like space out, but it really takes you on a trip.
It does, for sure. Oh shit. We got some weird like Sith bending stuff going on.
Yeah. Their new album is 3 tracks, but it's like an hour long. It's like supposed to be even more like psychedelic.
It makes me think of like Mirror Reaper.
Yeah.
That's just
this
one
section
track though.
Yeah. Oh, or that. Yeah.
You were saying like that's 3 tracks, but it's like that long. But like, Mirror Reaper, which is just one track, correct?
Yeah.
That's like, how long is it?
It's like 83 minutes.
That's insane.
I think, or it's like it's whatever a CD can hold. I think it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love that album. It's a fucking short to get through. Did it need to be that long? I don't know.
Is that what we saw live? Did he play Mirror Reaper the whole way through?
I think you and I saw some new stuff.
That was new stuff we saw. That wasn't Mirror Reaper.
Yeah,
I listened to Mirror Reaper.
I don't think because whatever they played, I'd never heard it, and they don't have very very many songs because of the nature of that genre.
Yeah, that was a cool show though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we talked about that on this pod quite a bit, but it's.
I've seen them play like 45 minutes of Mirror Reaper, like I think the year before I took you.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was good.
It's like a religious experience is what we went away saying it. It was like a religious experience that we witnessed.
I know Bell Witch gets like a lot of praise when there's like some really good funeral doom bands like that too.
Yeah.
But like, man, it's just cool to see like, you know, they have like a good selling point. It's like a 2-piece bass player and a drummer that do everything. Yeah. I mean,
and you just see this guy with this massive bass just kind of like doing all the weird stuff with it.
yeah. And like as a guitar player, it's like, it's so interesting. Like, I don't think my whatever pickups I have, I don't think I can do the low end and the high, like plucking it like that. I don't think my guitar would pick it up. So I don't know what the fuck he's got hardware wise, but
he's got skill
to get it all is amazing.
He's got skill is what he's got. Yeah. And then after Abdication, you have Subversion of a Heathen Tongue, which we talked a little bit about. Which I like this track too.
Yeah, this is a good one too. Again, we're not wasting time.
Yep.
And it has that doom. Like they throw that in throughout this whole song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
Pips come to join us.
Because like then later it goes down, and then even in the outro, it does that. But it has my favorite little like riff break. Where it does that little like jazzy bumpy like
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where that's at. I think it's. But yeah, what a fun like. It's one of those bands where you don't really think it's that proggy until you think about them doing it, and you're like, wow, okay, oh really? Oh, it's before that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but they're still kind of doing that. Yeah. They're still doing that little motif from the beginning. I love that vocalist, man, on top. Like,
oh shit.
Oh my fuck, you skipped.
Accent.
God damn it. Like, literally sounds like he's throwing up.
Yeah.
What was that little... You hear that?
Yep. Like some pick slides.
How fun.
Let's see.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. that's a cool lick.
It's like so hard, like mixing wise. Like, I don't know how he does it. Like, the vocalist doesn't drown out the chunky low end riffs like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know, whoever mixed this, if this was studio done, like goddamn, or home studio.
Yeah.
Damn.
They just probably knew how to pan very well. And
the drums
also,
sometimes don't sound real.
Like, at times it sounds to me like they could be fairly real. I don't know.
Sometimes it does, but when like sometimes the hi-hat movement, because there's this band called Blue Dust Nord.
Yeah, you talked about Blue Dust Nord before.
They're all like the drums are like it's one guy. So, but sometimes like the cymbals are kind of where you can tell that it's not a real drummer, and I get a little bit of that here, but I'm not sure, or maybe motherfucker's just that precise.
Yeah, could be.
I don't think you can trigger cymbals though. You can the bass drum though, and sometimes that's what makes or break it. There's so much going on right there. But I think what you're talking about. So as they're going through here, at the end of this phrase, there's like, I'll know when I hear.
Crazy.
He's insane. I'll know the riff when I hear it. This right here. Hear that?
Yeah.
That's what becomes the outro riff.
That right there?
Yeah. They play it a couple times. But it also kind of... They also... that's kind of... They do like a little like diddly like that at the beginning. See, then they do that.
That's so cool.
So they're always kind of calling forward to like a riff they're going to do later or build upon. And they do that same with Spoiled Vulture too. I love that little ghost note.
Yeah.
Like, not ghost note, what is it? Harmonic.
Yeah.
Like Barracuda.
That's just like a cool little groove at the end of the track with. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, how it begins, like they do like little.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
So, and then Sacramental Death Qualia, which is the
This is like
title track.
we're opening up the gates of hell on this song.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
There you go. There you go. Come up here. Want to sit?
What you doing, Pip?
Squish the cat.
I love how everything pans in. But yeah, this is a massive song. So let me see.
Yeah, it's a good closer for sure. But yeah, it takes a long time to come. And then it like, instead of like getting heavy, it like goes quieter.
Yeah.
Like almost inaudible.
It's got the choir in the background.
We get a little more of that picking. Little finger picking. Yeah, you almost don't even like, is the song over? But then it does like a cool little, it brings back that little like lounge music tone in. Yeah. This is like the most like happy this album has ever sounded. Except for maybe Abdication a little bit.
And then we go dissonant again. Yep. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Note choices.
And don't let anyone tell you only need one guitar player in a band.
At times. And you can kind of get kind of a weird Americana kind of sound out of that. Kind of like a southern kind of westerny kind of sound out of this too. So I can kind of see the Texas influence here.
Ever so slightly, yeah.
Sounds kind of like a western kind of like.
Yeah. He drew his gun, Cad Bane, and Cobb.
Kind of reminds me of the soundtrack to like The Last of Us a little bit.
And then, okay, that note there. Now we're getting a little, something's wrong. We're not going to get out of this alive.
Yeah. And that's why it's bringing me that Last of Us sound. I've shown you that soundtrack before.
Yeah,
right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I always get that game mixed up with Destiny, but I think Last of Us is
completely different, yes.
Sorry.
It's like a apocalypse game.
I'm a normie.
And then it picks up again.
Oh, yeah. We'll go back a little bit.
Okay.
Or no, you can go to the metal part, but like not.
I want to hear the lead in.
Oh, yeah.
I like that they do, like you were saying at the beginning, spend a lot of time with some of their movements.
We get the buzz and fucking love it. Like it's that like it's that like amateur kind of spirit that kind of makes it fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, cause you would cut that out so fast and like on Sumerian record label or you know,
fucking leave it in.
Yeah, like no, leave it in. It's got fucking
character.
It's got moxie. We got the biggest fucking throw up growl coming in.
Yep.
Yeah, this. But then it does like this like change where it's like doom, and the double kick comes in. I love that little change up because we're like doing this like gliding.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it's like snap fingers. No, we're going to hell.
Mm-hmm. We're taking a detour.
Kinda, yeah. That's what it feels like. A little like subtle like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where it is exactly, but I think it's coming up. Like, no. But I love how the just oof. Requisition.
Yes. Sounds evil.
That's awesome. Like it's like it's any second now, I swear. Circle pit. I don't think you mastered this.
Yeah, he just sounds like a beast. Yeah, this is cool.
Dun, dun. Just like, yeah, they just change it up like And the time changes, right? Like it's still in a gallop.
It's got like a march sound
like a 6/8,
to it, like a boom boom.
But I don't know if it changed up from where it was before, but it just seems like subtly abrupt. If you can do that. But from the last part, from the part led into this, I don't know if it, because it felt like it was a time signature change. But I guess that's what you want. You want it to feel that natural.
Yeah. Oh my God, these growls he's got, these snarls.
Yeah. Well, go back a little bit. Like I love how all of a sudden we're in blast beats.
Yeah.
Like if there's one thing I love, it's when the riff stays the same, but the drums
switches up,
change to something else, or like something that maybe shouldn't go with the riff, or you wouldn't think would go with it. Like that groove riff on the second track. Like, see, we're in blast now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like.
And the guitars are like in a deep tremolo, kind of higher register.
Yeah, they like complement each other so nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're back into that. Then we have the singing, which I don't think
it's not bad.
I don't think it's come out anywhere else.
I don't think so.
I mean, did I need these? No.
They're pretty good. Yeah. Honestly, if they threw more singing on this, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
It's not bad singing. It fits in.
But then it's literally Opeth at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, Opeth never does blast beats.
I wonder if maybe that's what they're trying to avoid. But I
maybe
honestly, if it had more of that on
this
here,
new
I'd
album,
love that.
though, I don't think it's gonna get that comparison because I think they're gonna go off the walls with having 3 tracks. I mean, they won't even tease a song. Like they've given a little teaser, 2 minutes here and there. But then there's this fun little riff, kind of towards the end.
Yeah.
It kind of stops, and I think we played it already, actually.
We did, because I was talking about the snort in here that kind of was like...
It's a...
Yeah.
There's a few bands like this that have these, really messy riffs that sound fucking sick.
Yeah.
This might be the cleaner of the bunch. Kind of like that Gorguts album, Obscura.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is that? I've never heard it get that. That was Dig. One thing is interesting is you would think this would end quieter.
No, it ends. It starts loud, ends loud. Yep.
Yeah, so maybe that's what they're going for. They're like, fuck you with your little... It needs to start with a nice little clean intro, like that Shrine album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't come out with your best song immediately.
Uno Teta,
man. That was a fucking... That's a good album. I need to revisit that.
That was a good album. I agree.
Spewing Gloom. Or no.
That wasn't Spewing... Well, that was one of the tracks.
Utopian Warfare, I think.
Syringe Dance was one of them. The one you just said.
But yeah, the first 3 tracks were super strong, and then the second half was trying to do a sweet type thing.
Yeah,
but I don't know, it just didn't have the same momentum.
Yeah. But anyways, I like this album. Do you have anything else to say about it? I thought it was a good pick, and I know you sent me this a long time ago, and it's fun to actually have spent a week with it and actually taking time to really kind of listen to it.
And I like picking these kind of lesser known bands because I feel like you and I pay more attention to what's going on than when we know the band, isn't it?
Yeah.
You ever get that? We're actually pulling out key parts.
Yeah.
Which we do that. I mean, but I feel like with bands we know, we talk more holistically or globally kind of about about what's going on. We're
the bigger picture of the time this came, things like that. But this is more
this we don't care about the context because it's still being made.
Right.
Where we don't have to talk about all the history and all that because there really isn't much to go off of. I mean, I could find interviews, but I think because all they have is the music to speak for itself. I mean, I think that you pay attention to what's given to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I like this, and I'm super excited for where they go with this. I mean,
I agree.
This was flowing around in one of those Facebook groups I'm in. With the the riff oriented crowd.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I love that. That's the stamp of approval this has.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like, I don't know if you would lump this in with your traditional prog metal,
right?
Because I think it's prog adjacent, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what do you think? Like, would you label this prog, or would you say, hey, this is like a really sick blackened death metal?
I'd say it's like a blackened progressive type of thing.
Yeah,
I don't.
You can't say it's not prog. I mean, when you have 12-minute songs with like change ups and time, but
and it does some bizarre stuff in there you wouldn't see. Like, it's not like goofy, but it's got some interesting themes that it kind of pulls into. But I would put it in a similar vein as like Altar of Plagues, but like not as produced.
Right. Altar I would never call prog though.
I wouldn't know, because they're just kind of more blackened.
Like Ulcerate.
And also more metalcore, maybe. It's been a while since I've listened to Altar.
Yeah, but like maybe Ulcerate, like because
I'd say more Ulcerate, and they're kind of similar.
Death metal, but like not like you can't say Ulcerate and Cannibal Corpse are like the same. Like they are in the same under the same tree, but But this, I don't know. And I think I'm always not biased, but like whenever I hear a lot of gutturals, I automatically think it's death metal, but this might not be. There's definitely a lot of black metal influence.
A lot of black metal influence in this for sure.
But then they call it blackened death metal.
Blackened death metal.
Like it's your death metal, but it's charred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, what's been so fun doing this with you, this whole podcast project, and also just, talking about music with you, is I've really gotten to understand a lot more of what these different subgenres of metal really are. Because for the longest time, I didn't really understand what post was. Like post metal.
No one does.
Yeah. And getting to like really dive into this and know you, I really understand what post metal is, what truly, what constitutes like progressive metal and like blackened and like black metal and all these different things. And it's really kind of,
but it's like fluid.
Opened my eyes to those things.
Yeah. It's like hard too, because you're like with prog metal, you have to hold it up to Dream Theater.
Yeah, that's true.
When you sell it, like what's the most common like band someone would know?
I hear prog metal and I hear
Rush, Dream Theater,
Tool.
Yeah, Tool.
I think Tool.
But then there's then you get Meshuggah, which
that's gent.
But gent is
prog,
but it's like
prog gent.
They're almost like the anti Dream Theater because they bring no theater to it at all. It's literally just the math.
And whereas like Between the Bury and Me brings kind of the theater too.
They bring the theater, they bring the math.
Yes.
They bring the pomp. Theory. They're like the modern Dream Theater in a way, like as far as like, I don't know. But then there's like the Mr. Bungle influence, but I don't totally like, maybe we should listen to Mr. Bungle because I don't get prog out of Mr. Bungle.
No.
I get like experimental avant-garde, like, and then there's like, what is the difference between that?
Would they be kind of like in whatever's avant-garde type of thing, but like that would be kind of similar to like what is another music Oingo Boingo, like that's Danny Elfman, right?
I don't know, I'm not too familiar with that, with how they sound.
Oingo Boingo. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't, with this I would say that this is just like a blackened some prog stuff, but also like I think it's just like a blackened kind of death metal type of thing, because it definitely has those black metal influences in the vocals and even some of the riffs, the blasts and stuff. It has definitely kind of an interesting Opeth sound to it at times. I agree with you on that. But no, I enjoyed it.
I did go, like, I listened to this and then I went and listened to something off of Still Life.
Yeah.
And like, it's unfair because like they were going off of like the technology of like 1999.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, Haunter sounds heavier.
Yeah.
But then if you like, it's kind of like if you ate a saltine or drank some water, then you go back to Opeth, you're like, it's fucking heavy, man. What are you talking about?
Right. Palate cleanser is what you're saying?
Well, like,
eat a saltine and drink some water.
not like a palate cleanser, but like you have to like reset your baseline, and then you go in.
Reset that
because
baseline.
This album is 20 years newer.
Yeah.
They also listened to Opeth at some point, like they had to, right? Like, but I mean, they do stuff Opeth doesn't. I mean, they certainly they got the gutturals that influence and the dissonance and some of the cleaner stuff. I could compare that to, but then the Opeth doesn't have that black metal energy, and at least in like the Blackwater Park era. Still Life era. I mean, I think Morning Rise might have a little bit, but
yeah,
I don't know. He wasn't growling then either.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. I mean, I can't wait for their new album. When I think it comes out in the fall.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Demon of the Fall.
Demon of the Fall, man.
Demon of the Fall.
I'm glad we did My Arms Your Hearse.
Yeah, I am too. I was happy with that. I'm glad we did.
That
was a good album. That was a fun album to listen to.
Yeah, it really gets you like primed to like get into other areas too. Like I think like I think some people get tired of like Agalog and Opeth in the conversation, but I mean they're really not bad places to start by any means, and I think they're accessible and it can pave the way to like this, because like I don't know if I'd appreciate Haunter as much if I hadn't like listened to Opeth. Or like insert any other like band of this type of genre. So yeah, good shit.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what will we be listening to next week?
I think I was even mentioning this last time, is because there's one album that I've been like, because I have an album that's like my spring album, and it's been that way for a few years. Like around this time, I listened to this album, and it's just kind of like a coming of the season. And like I have been contemplating whether I should push it out or do it now. And I'm thinking just like, well, if I push it out too late, and then that's like right into the baby danger zone again.
Yeah.
And I don't.
But it might be easier then.
Yeah, but so. I've already said on this one I don't really have anything else on top of my head.
Fuck it.
So I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. But the album that we're going to be listening to this week is a completely different direction. It's an album that I know...
City of Evil.
No, it's not City of Evil. That's not my spring album. It's Plastic Beach by the Gorillaz.
Okay.
I know I've showed you some tracks on this before, but
I kind of know some songs.
There's some of the tracks in here are kind of like silly, kind of like weird, experimental
this
stuff.
This is their magnum opus, though.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
It could be.
I thought this was like their...
It's a very popular album. I really enjoy it. There's some tracks on here that are I just kind of skip through, but this is my spring album. This is my album that's kind of like, it gets me back into the season. I don't know if there's really anything about it that says spring. It's just, to me, that's just kind of programmed to my brain.
I know Rhinestone Eyes pretty well.
Rhinestone Eyes is good.
Yeah.
Empire Ants and Melancholy Hill, and some other tracks on here too.
Okay.
I love a lot of these tracks, but we'll listen to this.
All right.
And then we'll talk about it. I'm excited. I'm actually really happy to be listening to this. This is like a really good feel-good album for me. So I'm really happy to listen to it. And I hope it's not a situation where like that's my baby and I end up hurt on the other end of it. So be nice.
No, it's not Chelsea Grin.
Okay. Anyways, this has been the Ear of Earners podcast. We will be listening to Plastic Beach by the Gorillaz next weekend. So thank you guys for listening. We appreciate all of you guys who stick around and get your ears burned with us. So with that, I'll roll the outro music.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's probably one of the shorter ones we've done in a while. So about an hour and 13. So
hour and 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
So good. I'm tired, so I'm glad we decided to make this kind of a shorter one.
Yeah. Didn't stick around as long.
Yeah.
I have to go 40 minutes and then not get to the album. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, good shit.